Mboya University College is a constituent of Maseno University. Started in May 2016. We are approximately 2.5 years. Currently, we have approximately 1,600 students within the 3 years. Majority of them are government students. So the remaining are self-sponsored students, which spreads across undergraduate and postgraduate programs. Some of the courses that we do in this university includes one, a Bachelor of Business Administration with IT, Bachelor of Education Science and Arts with IT, Maths Actuarial Science with IT. We are also doing Criminology with IT, and currently we are also doing programs that are skill-based at both certificate and diploma level. For every course we offer IT, and out of the 100% time required, IT takes 30% of the hours that a student is supposed to take when they graduate. From my experience in Maseno, where we have graduated students with IT, IT has actually helped students to gain employment, hitherto in areas which the degree is not related. For example, we have cases where students who have done hotel and institution management have actually found themselves being employed with IT to actually do IT-related courses. We've had our students even getting employment in banks, not because of the courses that they did, but because of the IT. Because you know, IT now is important in every facet of life, in terms of communication, in terms of manipulating even the figures, in terms of creating employment. So IT actually has been very, very important for Maseno University and also for Mboya University. This university not long ago launched Ajira programs, and Ajira can only succeed if the students are hooked in the internet. And with the coming of the internet through the NOFB system, we have actually managed to expose students to basically, I would say, a very well sustained computer network and system. Quite a lot of students have earned income. In fact, there are students who have earned close to 100,000. Initially, the first time when we met, there are others who are saying they were earning 12,000 a week, just because of the NOFB network that we have. And therefore, the role of the parents and us now is to advise students on how to use the little money that they get from the internet services. Because some of the students are earning very good money. They're earning even better than their parents. But you see, unless you advise them and guide them to use that money to pay fee and pay for their sustenance, then you will still see that maybe the internet is not working. But I want to tell you, and I want the world to know that free NOFB has saved the university, has also empowered students to make money. And that money the students should now be able to use to sustain themselves and pay fees, so that their parents can, the burden of their parents can be eased. We are intending to connect to the constituency innovation hubs. And there we are going to help those constituencies and people in those constituencies to train in basic computer knowledge, and also in certifications which would help them. If you did not get direct route to the university, you can eventually be admitted to the university. But more importantly, you can have the skills that can make you employable and can help you create jobs. We also want to undertake what we call e-learning platform, accessibility to students, because what you realize is that not all students can come to the university. Even in the constituency hubs, we are going to make sure that we connect it to this platform so that they can be trained in those particular areas through that particular platform. But at the same time, we also have courses here which are common to all the students, and it reduce the infrastructure in terms of buying computers, in terms of class space, so that they can have virtual learning and therefore get the information from where they are They can do their assignments when they want, so long as they meet the deadlines that are stipulated within this particular program. In fact, this is going to be the future of not only the universities in this country, this is going to be the future of the country. In terms of, one, students can now, you can be admitted in Mboya. And if we have proper network services, and then we are also trying to make sure that our courses are put on e-learning platform. You can learn and get Mboya University certificate in Garissa if you want. You don't want to go to Garissa, you want to look national, and then you want to have a degree in a university but you cannot go, then you can make sure that you get that degree of that university from where you are, and that can only be achieved through this particular network that the government is actually creating. I want to have a university that people appreciate from the grassroots to the ivory towers, if that exists. Why do I say this? If a primary school and a secondary school, and this is government policy now, that they must have their data, and they must keep their data, and it is hosted in Mboya. It gives them the image, but apart from that, it also gives us resources which we can help in developing the university. So I want to host ourselves and host institutions around. So if you are a university that is hosting other institutions, those institutions will associate with you, and you'll also get income, and you also empower them. You'll also make them know that a university is an industry, and therefore we'll be able to, through NOFB, create our server and host ourselves and other institutions in our websites. We want to expand Mboya usage of their computer services, so that anybody who is in Homa Bay town and generally its environs should be able to access internet. And from there, we are intending to levy something small, so that when you come in for maintenance of that particular system, and also for income generation for Mboya, so that we can also subsidize the exchequer. And you'll be interested if it's a university system. You can go to the university website, you learn to know what we are doing, our courses, you can even find yourself being admitted or admitting your child or your brother. But at the same time, you can also enjoy that internet services, which is through NOFB, to access and do your business, but at the same time we'll be getting some little resources from there. It has also helped us in improved research. Students logging on learning materials, the e-learning materials, so that they can now not say, and I keep on telling them, can now not say that there is no books in the library. I tell them, if the books are not there in the physical library, can you try the e-library? And you can only succeed in doing that if you have the free internet. And therefore, I would want to tell you that online library services has been improved. And that also is helping us to save on the amount hitherto which we put, so that we can buy the books for the students. If we do not have this free connectivity as a university, and I want to tell you, we were contemplating spreading the cost to the parents, because we were not going to manage to sustain that payment, because the government resources is also going to. So the government also expects us to have other ways of raising income, so that the competing interests are cut out for. And therefore, if that was not done through NOFB, which is free, you are going to spread that amount of money to the students, and by extension to the parents to pay. The speed is very high, and therefore it means the network is being done very well. And I hope and pray that the maintenance also will be done very well, because that is really the problem in this country, that we can do very good things, but now maintenance, wait until things start breaking down. So if we can manage in maintenance, I'm telling you, even service providers like Safaricom, Airtel. So far, you competing very well.